Is this thing on?
Bonjour. Mes amis. Bienvenue.
Give us a shout out there if you can hear us. Give us a shout out there if you can see us. Great bow tie on Ben.
Oh.
Well.
Well. Funny you should say.
Funny you should say that. That's a little. Santa came early to this guy here, because he's been a very good boy.
Well, shows how much Santa knows.
It doesn't. It sounds quite creepy, that, between adults, doesn't it? Can hear / see a bit quiet. I'm just gonna refresh this. Cool. Nice one. Well, hey, here we bloody well are. I guess we better get going. Welcome to a bit of a different Lefty Christmas here.
Yes.
I was going to say this should have been our 6th Lefty Christmas, but I think this bloody well is. It just is.
It is.
You're all here. You're out there. You're out there in cyberspace. I'm here. Ben's here. We're being expertly filmed and technicianed by the wonderful John Helps. And Caitlin and Jasmine are out there watching. And as is tradition, if you've been with us for any of our live streams or any of our many online events this year, you will know that it is tradition for us to start with some shots. And it's also tradition for the entire plan of the day to overrun so that we don't have time for dinner. And I'll tell you something, folks.
It's Christmas.
Traditions are important, aren't they? And I would never.
Boys. Christmas.
I would never want us to shirk a tradition.
No, indeed.
Look at this, blimey. What's this about, eh?
That's about a shot's worth.
Sambuca on strike, is it?
Look.
Bloody hell, mate.
Let's take it easy,
Come
buddy.
on, all right, let's take it easy.
We're going to have another for the second half, so.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Ben started a new tradition.
It's a Christmas party.
It's a Christmas party. We hope that you are feeling festive at home.
Where's your photocopier?
I've never had a normal job. I haven't got any banter to return to you.
Is that what you do, isn't it?
What's your fax number? Is that what normal jobs are like? Well, anyway, listen. I'm one to talk because this year I haven't even really particularly had a job. But you guys have made us feel very much like we're still useful. Benjamin Moss, to your health.
And
cheers.
To yours.
Cheers to you.
Cheers
at home.
all.
Wait.
Lovely.
Oh, can I have a bit of that beer? Yes, please. I've got my laptop is here, so I can read your comments, but it does mean that I can just see us, obviously a couple of seconds behind. So I looked around and I just saw myself putting the glass on my head there, like a bloody twat. So I think there's going to be a lot of that type of behaviour. Well, listen, we're here, guys. We made it. We made it through a funny old year, and it's really lovely to be here tonight. So many of you tuned in. This is our most successful stream that we've done. So I'm over the moon about it. Thank you very, very much for being here. Should we kick off, Benjamin?
Let's get things going.
So if you know the words, sing along at home. We've got some festive surprises in store for you. We've got some favourites from the A to Z. But you know what? It's still time for some fucking politics, isn't it? It's never too late to recapture the benefits of Section 28, and it's never too wild to slash benefits for single mums. The only victim is the child, and oh, who's gonna be my Billie Jean King? And I'll say, who's gonna be my Harvey Milk? And on the steps of Parliament, well, they're demonstrating, but what's the use when they're all cut from the same Eton silk? I'll say farewell, farewell to welfare. And we've got a recession to beat. Let's put more money into the monarchy and a millionaire in Downing Street, and someone's got to foot the bill. Let's start with the disabled and the mentally ill, and if I keep my receipts, can I claim back the mistakes and the lives ruined by this government? Or in another 18 years of budget cuts and tears, will the people pay for those just like we pay your rent? And say farewell, farewell to welfare. So give me change, give me equality, give me a minister for women that will fucking represent me. Give me a decent, honest Nick who's on the level. Until the first glimpse of power, I'll make a deal with the devil. And you tell me that this is democracy, and you tell me that it ain't no old boys club. And as the thousands march on Westminster, and look how quickly their demands are snubbed. And you ask me, where is the youth vote? Well, they didn't let me in. You won't find me in the pub raising a toast to the ghost of welfare. And I used to dream of a Britain where I'd be proud to bring up kids. These days I'd settle for a Britain where I'd be allowed to bring up kids. And Mrs. May, if I may be so bold as to say that your archaic view of family holds no relevance today. And if you think that honest people really should be turned away from IVF and B&Bs just because they're gay, I suggest you stop requesting that we continue to pay our taxes to a party that's held us back all the way. So I'll take my business and my produce and my income tax elsewhere and say farewell, farewell to welfare. I'll say farewell, farewell to welfare. And I'll say to hell with welfare. And I'll say farewell, farewell. I'll say farewell, farewell. I'll say farewell, farewell. It's a welfare. Oh. You never get used to that deathly silence at the end, do you? Crikey. I forgot.
What I'd give for any noise there. Just
I'd forgotten what it feels like. Oh.
Well, that went all right.
Yeah. Well, I hate to break it to you, Mossman, but that's very much one of the ones we know. If we'd have fucked up that one, then I would say we're in dire straits later on, aren't we?
Hey.
Oh, blimey.
If the requests are anything to go by... Oh,
Hey!
I see what you did there. Don't think you're getting away with that, buddy.
I'm not trying to get away with anything. I'm never trying to pull the wool over your eyes, Mr. Moss. Well, so how are we doing on the comments? You guys are just a few seconds behind, so all I'm seeing is clapping emojis, which I imagine is in response to my quite pathetic attempts to glean some dopamine from you all by referencing the silence at the end of the song. Yeah, I don't know, man. there will come a time that we're all in a room together and
And we'll all burst down in tears.
we'll all break down in tears.
When even one person claps anything.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always spend ages doing my hair and like putting a nice earring in, and then just put on these massive headphones, and you just can't see anything that's going
darling, I thought that was for me
on. Well,
before
you know.
the show.
What?
Do you know what we're up to?
In what key is this? B.
That's what I was expecting. Is that what you were
me
expecting?
too. I
yeah.
just
Hey.
hadn't had any joined up thinking.
Play Xanadu. I think this is the same person who's requested Xanadu on Twitter. And not only is that not going to happen, but you're banned from my gigs. No, I'm joking. Thank you very much for being here. But unfortunately, we're legally banned from playing what is definitely the worst song ever written. An injunction was taken out.
Wowie.
Love going through the chat and seeing all the pals together at the gig. Well, we feel very, very much the same. So if we were at Bush Hall right now, then we'd be kicking off with this one, and we'd be asking you all to join in with this one that goes a bit like this. 2, 3, 4. This is about the bit where you'd start to sing like this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I was born too late to make a claim to any half-decent band name. It's too much to hope there'd be any good tunes left. But I've been around and I've seen enough to know my strong suit isn't love. I won't give away my heart and call it theft. I won't give away my heart and call it theft. Well, I know you're locked up like a fortress. I'd wait forever at your doors. And even if they never open, you don't need to be mine, but I'll be yours. I'll be yours, yours. Oh, I'll be your cold water proof jacket. Get me on when you just can't hack it. Your last ticket, spare fiver. I'll bring you out like a deep sea diver. When you break it, you can't take it. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart first aid kit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I was born too late to make a claim to any half-decent band name. It's too much to hope there'd be any good tunes left. But I've been around and I've seen enough to know my strong suit isn't love. I won't give away my heart and call it theft. I won't give away my heart and call it theft. Well, I know you're locked up like a fortress. I'd wait forever at your doors. And even if they never open, you don't need to be mine, but I'll be yours. I'll be yours, yours. I'll be your cold water proof jacket. Get me on when you just can't hack it. Your last ticket, spare fiver. I'll bring you up like a deep sea diver. When you break it, you can't take it. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart first aid kit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, I know you're locked up like a fortress. I'd wait forever at your doors. And even if they never open, you don't need to be mine, but I'll be yours. And if you've a mind for feeling guilty, honey, I'm not keeping scores. You don't have to promise nothing. You don't need to be mine, but I'll be yours. I'll be yours, yours. I'll be your cold water proof jacket. Get me on when you just can't hack it. Your last ticket, spare fiver. I'll bring you up like a deep sea diver. When you break it, you can't take it. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart, I'll be your AA card. Last train home, pocket change when you need a payphone. Whenever you need me, your overdraft, girl, you can't exceed me. When you break it, you can't take it. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out like a heart first aid kit. Get me out, I'm your heart first aid kit. Oh, heart first aid kit. Or, as my girlfriend calls it, heart-shaped sleeping bag. Woo! So you probably you've noticed, due to some of the directorial decisions being made, that we have an audience of one tonight. He's really not fucking impressed, guys. I mean, I know that he physically can't clap, but if he could, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Sometimes, by the way, throughout the year, I have had comments from well-meaning, animal-concerned people, and I just want to make you very well aware that there's an entire house for him to go and chill out in, and he chooses to be in here looking at me with all of the world's anxiety in his eyes. Oh. So roundabout.
Well, those are the ones we know.
Those are the ones we know.
We saw how well they went.
Wait. I mean, yeah, those are the ones we saw and know. Fuck, you know, written one of them 10 years ago. Apparently I'm still fucking up. So yeah, right. Well, Benjamin Moss, 12th of March.
That's me.
12th of March, 2020.
12th of March, 2020.
Where
what
were
a
we?
day.
What was the scene? Set the scene for me.
Oh, the Marrickville Bolo.
The Bolo.
Down in Sydney.
Yeah, that was the last gig. We didn't know at the time that it was the last gig. It was the last gig of our tour of Australia, and
a sellout.
Sell out. And I remember having a conversation, maybe that day or the day before, a couple of days before, where I both thought and tweeted the unfortunate words, "Seems like the UK has lost the plot over coronavirus."
What's going on, guys?
Well, let me tell you something. I got my comeuppance because the very next day, so we had an amazing gig in Sydney. We sold out, which was like absolutely more than I possibly could have in any way imagined or hoped for. And we were absolutely on cloud nine. And then we woke up the next day and coronavirus had spread throughout Australia, and festival we were due to be at had been cancelled. And so Ben and I flew home. The Moss Man, as I'm sure some of you are aware, I was going to say convalesced. That's not the right word. He wasn't ill. I hadn't diseased you in any way. He didn't convalesce. He reposed here.
Reposed.
For the duration of the first lockdown. And we passed the time and stopped each other from going crackers by doing a cover song a day. We did one for the alphabet, for every letter of the alphabet.
We sure
did. And I asked for requests from that alphabet. It's all right, mate. And let me tell you something. What I gleaned from the requests is that you guys are not in the fucking party mood. Oh my days. Jeez, crazy. Can
we have all the miserable ones, please?
Yeah. And then in an effort to sort of try and G you up a bit, in the hopes that you might request something a little bit less depressing, I tweeted a couple of days ago, seems like you guys are in a bleak midwinter sort of frame of mind in terms of the requests we're getting for the live stream, and somebody, God bless them, replied saying, "What do you think about River by Joni Mitchell, and I thought, well, that's gonna get the vibe going, isn't it?
Get 'em swinging.
Well, I know I've never been to a proper office Christmas party, but I have read about such things. So we thought we'd give you some, whether you want it or not. You know, we decided that to forego the democracy that was implied by me asking for requests, and we're going to give you what we think.
And we've just picked the ones we liked.
And arguably the ones we can play. Arguably. Let's check in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
See if people agree. Mossman, are you with me?
I think so.
Okay. 2, 3, 4. A few questions that I need to know. How you could ever hurt me so. I need to know what I've done wrong and how long it's been going on. Was it that I never paid enough attention? Did I not give enough affection? Not only will your answers keep me sane, but I'll know never to make the same mistake again. You can tell me to my face, or even on the phone. You can write it in a letter. Either way, I have to know. Did I never treat you right? Did I always start the fight? Either way, I'm going out of my mind. All the answers to my questions I have to find. My head's spinning. Boy, I'm in the daze. I feel isolated. Don't want to communicate. Take a shower. I will scour. I will run to find peace of mind, the happy mind I once owned. Yeah, sometimes vocabulary runs right through me. The alphabet runs right from A to Z. Conversations, hesitations in my mind. You got my conscience asking questions that I can't find. I'm not crazy. Sure, I have done nothing wrong. No, I'm just waiting, because I heard that this feeling won't last that long. Never ever have I ever felt so low. When you gonna take me out of this black hole? Never ever have I ever felt so sad. The way I'm feeling, yeah, you got me feeling really bad. Never ever have I had to fight. I've had to dig away to find my own peace of mind. I've never ever had my conscience to fight. The way I'm feeling, yeah, it just don't feel right. Never ever have I ever felt so low. When you gonna take me out of this black hole? Never ever have I ever felt so sad. The way I'm feeling, yeah, you got me feeling really bad. Never ever have I had to fight. I've had to dig away to find my own peace of mind. I've never ever had my conscience to fight. The way I'm feeling, yeah, it just don't feel right. I'll keep searching deep within my soul for all the answers. Don't wanna hurt no more. I need peace and gotta feel at ease. Need to be free from pain. Go insane, my heart aches. Yeah, sometimes vocabulary runs through my head. The alphabet runs right from A to Z. Conversations, hesitations in my mind. You got my conscience asking questions that I can't find. I'm not crazy. I'm sure I've done nothing wrong. Now I'm just waiting, because I heard that this feeling won't last that long. Never ever have I ever felt so low. When you gonna take me out of this black hole? Never ever have I ever felt so sad. The way I'm feeling, yeah, you got me feeling really bad. Never ever have I had to fight. I've had to dig away to find my own peace of mind. I've never ever had my conscience to fight. The way I'm feeling, yeah, it just don't feel right. Never ever have I ever felt so low. When you gonna take me out of this black hole? Never ever have I ever felt so sad. The way I'm feeling, yeah, you got me feeling really bad. Never ever have I had to fight. I've had to dig away to find my own peace of mind. I've never ever had my conscience to fight. The way I'm feeling, yeah, it just don't feel right. Never ever have I ever felt so low. When you gonna take me out of this black hole? Never ever have I ever felt so sad. The way I'm feeling, yeah, you got me feeling really bad. Never ever have I had to fight. I've had to dig away to find my own peace of mind. I've never ever had my conscience to fight. The way I'm feeling, yeah, it just don't feel right. I mean, eat my dust, Joni Mitchell.
Wowee.
You know? Woo!
Didn't mind that.
Didn't mind that, hey. I think we got away with that.
Got away with that.
Oh, you know what? It's an original next. Yeah, I know those ones. I know those ones. Woo!
You got away with that one.
Oh,
I'm sure everyone's being very kind about any errors that they might have noticed.
no errors.
Flawless.
Is it? Just checking any. No, there's no. I mean, honestly, there's a conversation going on here that seems to be nothing to do with
Totally
anything.
unrelated.
Yeah. I'm just going to. I'm glad you're having a good time, you know? Hey. Who says it's all got to be about us? Eh? Who says it's all got to be about the stream? I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be. Well, listen. I thought you looked like you weren't going to pick up an instrument there. It's like, oh, Ben's gone on strike, I suppose. Frank, where are you off to? So what he's doing is he's sort of just patrolling the room. He's sitting under the tree. What do you think of the oh, darling. Ugh. Well, listen, I thought this might happen. Come here. Here we go. You know what? Let's take this off.
Yeah, I think there's one too many thing going on here.
Do you think so? The animal rights activists are going to be at my door.
What is it? What is it, Frankie boy?
So here he is, and he's very much the. Oh, do you know what, Ben? John, if you can keep his lower half out of the frame, because he's. The problem is that when I pick him up, he often. I'm sorry to the younger viewers, but he gets erections, and what can I say? But who amongst us? Who amongst us is not? I mean, I have no way of finishing that sentence.
Yeah, that's a.
I was going to go with who amongst us has not got an erection while being picked up by me, but it sounded like I was going to say who amongst us is not, as if I. Anyway, listen. I shouldn't have picked up the dog. It was a bad bit. From the start, it was doomed. But just trying to fill out some time.
I think
here.
if you push through.
Do you think so?
Then I think we're gonna.
So?
I can see.
Get
I can see a clear
That's the end of that
skies on
sentence.
the horizon.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Well, anyway, this is my little dog. He became very popular during our A to Z videos. He nearly died in July. He ate something that he shouldn't have eaten, and he had an operation that cost many thousands of pounds, and he very nearly died the day before my birthday. And then he came through it. So, vive la Frank.
Vive la Frank.
And not everything about 2020 was bad, although arguably him getting ill in the first place was bad. Yeah.
Not ideal, was it?
Should have workshopped this, I think. Do you think? We probably should have been over this.
It's got a nice kind of conversational tone
so?
to it. I
Yeah.
think it's nice to have some bits that seem professional and some bits that are a bit more
About dog erections,
bit more.
Yeah.
Just
I
throw
think
in
so,
some improvised dog erection material and see.
Improvised dog erection,
You know.
yeah. We could teach comedians a thing or two, I think. I'm going to put him back on the sofa.
Light and shade in the set.
I'm going to put him back on the sofa, where he probably won't stay for very long. Should we check how this solid gold material's going down, Ben?
Yeah, I think so. I can imagine it's really eliciting some responses, getting some engagement.
Yeah. What have we got? Oh, we've just got lots of emojis about Frank. Lots of one word for Franks, yeah.
Yeah, Frank became almost.
It doesn't seem like anyone's wanted to engage with the erection content, and I don't blame them at all. None of it.
I think they were quite willing to just look past it, but maybe if we stop talking about it, then.
I know, but you know, it really, it's.
I don't think you want to finish that sentence.
Conversational equivalent of, it draws the eye. Oh Lord. Anyway, there is no human way on earth to segue from talking about my dog's genitalia to the very sweet song I wrote about my baby niece. It's as if this wasn't planned at all.
Something of a banter cul-de-sac there we ended up down, didn't we?
A banter cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in one of those all my life, looking around to see if anybody was there. And then a couple of years ago, I found you, and we've never made it out, have we?
And then I was forced to come and live with you.
Listen, Sunshine, you could do a lot worse. Should we do a bit of Ivy, Mossman?
Oh, please.
This was requested. This is a song I wrote about my niece. She's, believe it or not, she's 6 years old now. Well, as the lyrics very much suggest. And she's brilliant. She's an absolute tour de force, as is her little sister. And I have not seen them anything like as much as I would like to this year. There's one of many things I plan to redress just as soon as we're out of this situation. This song is called Ivy Gazes. It was Glastonbury 2014, and me and my best friend, we had an awesome festival. Then we got a call on Sunday about 10:30, and it was back to the camp, and it was pack up the tent, and it was saying goodbye to Billy Bragg as we went, and telling our friends that we had somewhere to be, someone so much more important than all those VIPs. It was your mum on the phone that rerouted us. We got a hug goodbye from Phil Jupiters, and then we drove all night from Glastonbury to meet you home when you were ready to arrive, Ivy. And I drove until the sun came up to beat you home, all the way up the M5, Ivy. And being early for someone was a first for me, but I thought my heart would burst if you got there before me. And all the way home, all I thought was how I can't wait to tell you this story, Ivy. Thanks for waiting for me. I can't wait to know the person you'll become. I can't wait to hear what music that you like. I can't wait to know the future as you'll see it. And I wonder if I'll still be behind a mic. 'Cause Ivy, maybe one day when you're my age, or maybe I'll be singing from that living room stage. How once I drove all night from Glastonbury to meet you home when you were ready to arrive, Ivy. How I drove until the sun came up to beat you home, all the way up the M5, Ivy. And being early for someone was a first for me, but I thought my heart would burst if you got there before me. And all the way home, all I thought was how I can't wait to tell you this story, Ivy. Thanks for waiting for me. Thanks for waiting for me to arrive. And let me just say thanks for not bringing Labour on until Sunday night and halfway through Kasabian, because who the fuck cares about Kasabian? And thanks for not coming during Dolly Parton. Oh, believe me, when I say I would have driven right up the M5 to be there when you start living. But I must admit that I would be sad departing, 'cause how many times in life do you get to see Dolly Parton live? Not that many, But I drove all night from Glastonbury to meet you home when you were ready to arrive, Ivy. And I drove until the sun came up to beat you home all the way up the M5, Ivy. And being early, cause someone was a first for me, but I thought my heart would burst if you got there before me. And all the way home, all I thought was how I can't wait to tell you this story, Ivy. And no, I can't wait to tell you this story, Ivy. Yeah, and one day I'll tell you this story, Ivy. Thanks for waiting for me. Thank you. Woo. How are we doing on the stream? Oh. Hi Grace, your song Departures pulled my girlfriend Claire, whom I'm marrying in 2022. Please play it for her. Congratulations on your impending nuptials in 2022. I am afraid that I am literally incapable of playing Departures, literally. It would take not only a different guitar, but I think several months relearning. I think I just get worse and worse as a musician as time goes on. Oh God, blimey. Do you know what's next?
I'm well aware. Should we try and kill a bit of time?
The break. I think the break is next. Oh. Yeah, of all the times to say that I get worse as a musician as time goes on. Yeah, I think what was funny about the covers was that we sort of...
And there were many things.
There were many things that were funny about them. But because we sort of did the first one and we did, you know, like for our own amusement, and then kind of put it on social media just, you know, to see if anybody was, you know, if anyone was bored, hoping it might cheer up their day. And then they sort of, you know, gained some momentum. And then every day we sort of felt like we had to outdo our previous efforts.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah. And so too is the case really with the requests tonight. This one is it was beyond me when we first did it, and in keeping with what I just said, my philosophy about how I just get worse as time goes on, I think I'm less able as a musician to play this than I was in April. And I really fought quite hard against doing this, but honestly, so many of you requested it. So we're gonna try. All I can do for you is try, you know? You know, I think all we can do is try.
It's Christmas, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
A little charity.
What the fuck more do you want, actually? Do you know what? Turn off the cameras. And we just, you know... No. Bear with us. We're going to do our very, very best.
There's light at the end of the tunnel on this one. I wonder what they think it is.
Could be anything, couldn't it? Well, I put there was a criteria for what we were going to do. And I put this on Facebook, I put this on Twitter. I said we're going to do Christmas bangers, GP classics, and songs from the A to Z. And that was a pretty strict criteria.
And about half of the requests have been picking songs out of nowhere.
Absolutely. And
just have a go at this, I reckon.
God love you guys, because do you know, while the A to Z was happening, there were some spirited requests, and the only rule there was that it had to begin with the letter of the letter we were
very clear.
And let me tell you something, that really outfoxed quite a lot of people, didn't it? Anyway, so listen, on the basis that this is arguably both an A to Z favourite and a bit of a Christmassy effort, we're going to try our very best to get through this for you. The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. I couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Now they know. Let it go, let it go. Oh, look at burn soft. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. Here we go. Here I stand and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me, they can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do to push the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Let it go, let it go. You'll never see me cry. Here I stand and here I'll stay. Let the storm rage on. My spirit shuddered through the air into the ground. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. And one thought crystallizes like an icy blast. I'm never going back. The past is in the past. Let it go, let it go. I'll rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, let it go. Your perfect girl is gone. Here I stand in the light of day. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. Fucking hell.
Oh. It's nice when we joke about, oh, we won't get this right, and then we just nail. You know when you just nail it?
Absolutely.
You lower expectations and then you
Yeah.
just nail it.
Oh, Lord.
It's my favourite thing.
Well, hey, how are the comments doing?
I think it was best if we...
I'd love to see this in a room full of drunk lesbians trying desperately to sing along. Well, you know what? If my previous gigs have been anything to go by, then, you know.
Whew.
Oh, thank you very much. The comments on that are really, honestly, you shouldn't have. You shouldn't
Yeah.
have. Oh, God.
Please,
Well,
please hold us to a higher standard.
be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Well, listen, hey, in a year of almost relentlessly bad news, and you know, I mean, it's a year and 5 days since I mean, I think arguably certainly one of the worst days of my life, but it's a year and 5 days since I got up at 6 a.m. to go canvassing on what I believed was going to be an election day to absolutely change, to be honest, everything in Britain, and so sorely needed to change. And I was canvassing all day in Leicester, and Ben was canvassing all day in London, and then he came up to join us, and we were all together, the 4 band members had all been canvassing, and we were all together on the when the exit polls came out at 10 o'clock, and upon which I collapsed into your arms and cried for I think without coming up for air for about 20 minutes, and in a real sense, I didn't stop crying for about 4 days. I mean, I think you were here.
The whole band were here for like a
for
weekend.
Lefty Christmas, yeah.
And we were just walking around like zombies.
Yeah.
Just we couldn't
And it was
engage with anything.
And I mean, you know, I think so many of us on the left, and so many of us that consider ourselves to be socialists, or at least consider ourselves to be opposed to the worst excesses of capitalism that I think have absolutely exacerbated all of the dreadful, human challenges that we faced this year. I think, none of us wanted to be... It's not like an I told you so when everything goes to shit. It's like this is what I was afraid of. I was terrified that something dreadful would happen when somebody like Boris Johnson was in charge. And unfortunately, we've seen dreadful results in Britain this year and dreadful results from poor leadership across the world. But there is a bright spark. There is hope on the horizon. And I think I know that Joe Biden is not like he's not without his faults and he's not without his baggage, I suppose. But there was only 2 candidates for the American election, and I'm damn glad with the one that we ended up with. And and I think that there's I don't know. I sort of have to look for positives wherever they are and wherever they're findable. And I look at the kind of progressive coalition that the Democrats were able to build in America, and I think that there is really something to be learned by not completely alienating anybody who doesn't absolutely subscribe to your particular branch of leftism. I think that this year has really shown that at the end of the day, all we've got is each other. And I think a lot of assumptions have been completely turned on their head this year about what an essential worker actually is, about what things that we actually need, what this world actually desperately needs to function. Because I know that when all of us were locked up in our houses, nobody was saying, I really hope that the bankers can get to their works. I hope the bankers can make it to their job. Anyway, this is a song that I wrote when Donald Trump first got in, and we're nearly rid of him, I think, aren't we? It's called You Build a Wall. Guess this. I know it's hard to keep a flame, but tomorrow's ours to claim. Sometimes a battle cry sounds like a lullaby, and tonight I think we need them both the same. To everyone who's scared of what they see every time they turn on their TV, to anyone who's listening to me, for every single kid I used to be. You build a wall, and we'll build a ladder. You're falling leaves, dead from the branch, and you'll see how much a snowflake matters when we become an avalanche. You build a wall, and we'll just get higher. You don't learn to fight from privilege. Hide in the dark, we'll light a fire. You build a wall, we'll build a bridge. We'll build a bridge. Up in your palaces of gold, your days already growing old. And for all the ways you try to conquer and divide, your ruin will be all the lies you tell. 'Cause compassion lives in every single land. We are made of something you don't understand, stronger than the weapons in your hand, and bigger than those armies you command. You build a wall, and we'll build a ladder. You're falling leaves, dead from the branch, and you'll see how much a snowflake matters when we become an avalanche. You build a wall, and we'll just get higher. You don't learn to fight from privilege. Hide in the dark, and we'll light a fire. You build a wall, we'll build a bridge. We'll build a bridge. He really hates the harmonica. For everyone who's scared of what they see, every time they turn on their TV, for anyone who's listening to me, and for every single kid I used to be. They'll build a wall, and we'll build a ladder. They're falling leaves, dead from the branch, and they'll see how much a snowflake matters when we become an avalanche. You build a wall, we'll just get higher. You don't learn to fight from privilege. Hide in the dark, and we'll light a fire. You build a wall, we'll build a bridge. You build a wall, we'll build a bridge. You build a wall, and we'll build a bridge. Wow,
He picks his moments,
he picks
doesn't
his
he?
moments. The dog could not have made that more difficult if he tried. Look, the harmonica's off, buddy, alright? I'm not going to use it again. Harmonica's off. Yeah.
He fancied having a go at controlling the cameras. He fancied having a go on the mixing desk.
Sure.
He fancied having a go on the
He
guitar.
wanted to be in your arms, he wanted to be in my arms. Yeah. Absolutely unbelievable.
He wanted to play a part in
Yeah.
that song, you know.
Also, like, there's virtually no other moment in the whole set, spoiler alert, that would have been so inappropriate.
Yeah.
It's like the only time, that's the only moment of sincerity we were going for all fucking night. You honestly will be the death of me. Oh, Benjamin.
Frankie boy.
Hey, well, listen.
Well.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's got exactly what he wanted, because all of the comments are just about how much everybody loves Frank.
Yeah.
So maybe we should we'll set him up on a
Nice.
stream.
Yeah.
And
Second half, you can just have Frank, guys,
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
love him so much.
Yeah. Don't even threaten it, Ben. I bet that'll be unanimously what they vote for. Yep. You know, I'm not under any illusions that Frank's the only thing that's really kept my career going this year. People do love a bit of dog content, don't they? Speaking of content, it's nearly time for the interval. I mean, it's long past time for the interval. But we're going to do one more before there's going to be a little break. We're going to go and try and learn the second set. And I think there'll be a break of about 10-15 minutes. 15 minutes, is that correct? Yeah, we'll be back after 15 minutes. And if you're sitting around and thinking, what will I do in those 15 minutes? Well, you're very welcome, of course, to visit the merch store. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but I'm in my house. We're not at a gig.
We're not at a gig.
There's no table.
There's no merch table
There's
here.
no table with wonderful Alex Knight standing there, ready to greet you and
Hawking
tell you.
various wares.
Is everything all right, John? He's having a little wine. I mean, yeah. I wish that he would go upstairs. But I'm not really in charge of it, do you know what I mean? So we're going to do one more song, then I'll comfort Frank, who's hated
15-minute comfort
who's
break
hated
for
the set basically, and is now crying on account of it. So you might have noticed that in the last week we brought out a video that was made using the highest.
If you haven't seen it yet,
Ooh.
boy, do I envy you
Hey.
your evening.
Yeah.
You've got some treats ahead.
We brought out a video of the highest quality, using the highest quality, cracked cracked screen iPhones. And I was trying to work out if it was possible to make a video with the 4 of us in it without us all being in the same room. So I had a Google of whether or not it's possible to make a green screen at home, and they're not actually very expensive to make at home. But it turns out even cheaper still is a green bed sheet and a load of duct tape. So that's what these fuckers got sent. And I made all of them in their separate houses. Put up a little green sheet behind them, and we had a go at recording Fairy Tale of New York because people frequently, I think every year it comes around quicker that we have this incredibly boring conversation about whether or not straight people should be allowed to bellow homophobic slurs.
People discover that such a thing as a radio edit has existed for over 50 years.
Absolutely, and that the Pogues themselves, in fact, stopped singing the homophobic slur in question a very long time ago. But anyway, hey, listen, people like Lawrence Fox, they've got to make a living by fucking grifting. So anyway, this is the version of Fairy Tale in New York that we've been singing for a very long time. I've been for many years, for 10 years, I've been singing this song with Caitlin Field, who can't be here tonight. She's in her own house. And I miss her very dearly, and I look forward to the Lefty Christmas that the 4 of us will be reunited. But this band is nothing if not determined to smash a few gender roles. So I shall be reading the part of Shane McGowan, and of course Ben Moss will be reading the part of my Kirsty. And we're going to do this one, then we're going to go straight into the break. We do have some new merch with this song. We've got some Christmas jumpers that say "You scumbag, you maggot, we love Diane Abbott," because we do, and they'll be for sale. There's a link going to be on the screen in the break. I hope that you'll be back to join us in 15 minutes when we'll be a little bit drunker. It was Christmas Eve, babe, in the drunk tank. An old man said to me, "Won't see another one." And then he sang a song, the rare old Mountain Dew, and I turned my face away, dreamed about you. Got on a lucky one, came in 18 to 1. I've got a feeling this year's for me and you. So happy Christmas, oh I love you baby, and I can see a better time when all our dreams come true.
They've got cars big as bars, they've got rivers of gold, but the wind goes right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me. You were handsome
and you were pretty, queen of New York City. When the band finished playing, they held out for more. Sinatra was swinging, all the drunks they were singing. We kissed on the corner, then danced through the night, and the boys of the NYPD choir were singing "Go Away Babe," and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day.
You're a bum, you're a punk,
you're an old slut on junk, lying there almost dead on a trip in that bed. You scumbag, you maggot, we love Diane Abbott. Happy Christmas, your ass, I pray God it's our last. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing "Go Away Babe," and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. Mr. Ben Moss. I could have been someone,
but so could anyone. You took my dreams from me when I first found you.
I kept them with me, Ben. I put them with my own. I can't make it all alone. I built my dreams around you. And the boys of the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. And the boys from the NYPD choir were singing Galway Bay, and the bells were ringing out, and the bells were ringing out, and the bells were ringing out for Christmas Day. Welcome back.
Cheers all.
Cheers all. Cheers, cheers. Where's the beers?
Oh, where is the beers?
Oh my lord. There's probably a correlation between the quality going down
Best not to.
and
Think
the
about
alcohol going up. Ugh.
it.
Thank you very much for coming back if you did. This is called Northbound. 2, 3, 4. This was requested like a driving home for Christmas kind of vibe. M1 again, gone to AM. This lonesome road goes on forever. Espresso shop with a petrol stop. I will make my way, whatever. The road's so dark, the night's so deep, but I've got promises to keep. I've got miles upon miles upon miles to go before I sleep. By night and day,
By night and day.
by miles away, I'll get there any godforsaken way. By road or rail,
By road or rail.
by sea to sail. If there's a way home, I won't fail. I take my time, steady 70 straight down the line. Only one thing on my mind, hell or high water, come down. Oh, I'm northbound. One more late night on the northern line, up to King's Cross I will follow. Guitar on back and I'm right on track, always racing with tomorrow. And coast to coast I ride alone, just one more ghost on the last train home. I've got miles upon miles upon miles to go, all on my own. By night and day,
By night and day.
by miles away, I'll get there any godforsaken way. By road or rail,
By road or rail.
by sea to sail. If there's a way home, I won't fail. I take my time, steady 70 straight down the line. Only one thing on my mind, hell or high water, come down. Oh, I'm northbound. And however far that I go, Toronto to Ohio, Vancouver to Chicago, halfway to Colorado, and into Minnesota, and down through North Dakota, into Buffalo, New York. I tell you every time we talk, if I could get to you, I'd walk. By night and day,
By night and day.
by miles away, I'll get there any godforsaken way. By road or rail,
By road or rail.
by sea to sail. If there's a way home, I won't fail. I take my time, steady 70 straight down the line. Only one thing on my mind, hell or high water, come down. I'm northbound. Benjamin Moss.
Grace Petrie.
It honestly is.
You shut your mouth.
I will not.
God, it's been a while since we've...
It's been a while since... just to explain some of the looks of terror and some of the emotional responses. We've been like practicing the new ones loads. So we hadn't run that one. So that's the first time we've played that together.
We were worrying about the covers.
We were.
As you can tell from how honed they are. We hadn't practiced the old classics.
Yeah.
But also like...
it brings so much back there playing that.
The last gigs we played with the two of us in Australia.
Yeah.
And we just haven't played. I don't know. It just brings it all coming back,
it really
flooding
does.
back.
It really does. Yeah. And like you folks in the stream, you can't see from where you are, Ben, but when in the chorus, there's loads of people like saying like by road or rail, and by night and day, and I can't tell you like. And indeed, we have our. And indeed, of course, yeah. And these are. I don't know if you can see these.
Tributes to our idiocy.
But we got these. We got
matching
these
northbound
got
tattoos.
These done in Melbourne. And
Melbourne.
And that's on for life now, mate. So hope we don't fall out.
Don't kick me out of the band anytime soon.
Well,
otherwise, it's got a lot of explaining to do on that one.
Don't go off the song. Do you know what I mean? That's all I can say.
I hope the lyrics stand the test of time. Otherwise,
me too, buddy. Me too. You know, years from now, will be when you're talking to your grandchildren. They're like, "What's the M1?"
The M what? Well,
the M what? No, anyway, it's lovely and it honestly, I say this every time we've done a stream. I say this, but honestly, the comments, knowing that you're out there, it honestly makes so much difference. Like I would never ever claim that musicians have had it the hardest this year. But both of us, all of us here, are so grateful for all of the key workers and the frontline staff and all of obviously our wonderful NHS staff. But I think the sort of like kind of suddenly really suddenly coming home how kind of superfluous this job is to everything when we
I think it's important to acknowledge these moments of feeling connected to people and
absolutely
allowing that space, and like that's something that's been severely lacking. I know for me, I've really struggled not just seeing people, not even gigging, but just like having a connection. But it's really special to be on these streams and to have a sense that you guys are out there watching, and it's nice to do one for Christmas. Absolutely, yeah. You said what I was stuttering over saying. You said it much better. Well, hey, should we get back in the party vibe? It's back in the party vibe, I think. It's time to get back in the party vibe. I think so, yeah. So are we doing the old... Oh, I think so. Yeah. I'm just reading your comments as you're responding to what I was saying there, and it's honestly, it's so lush, it's so lovely. Anyway. Yeah. Near enough. I'm glad we're doing this because I think I didn't turn my mic when we did the live stream of the A to Z. I think I forgot to turn the mics on for this. So. Oh really? Oh right. Well, now, so this, you can hear the concertina. Oh, beautiful. In many ways, this is its debut. A little clue there for the hardcore fans. You've been following us throughout the year. All two of you. Yeah, they're both in. Yeah. To be fair, I think there's three. You know who you are. We're very, very grateful for you. We all know who you are. Benjamin. 2, 3, 4. Call up, ring once, hang up the phone to let me know you made it home. Don't want nothing to be wrong with my part-time lover. If she's with me, I'll blink the lights to let you know tonight's the night for you and me. My part-time lover. We are undercover, passion on the run, chasing love up against the sun. We are strangers by day, lovers by night. knowing it's so wrong, feeling so right.
If I'm with friends and we should meet, just pass me by, don't even speak. Know the word discreet when part-time lovers. But if there's some emergency, have a male friend call for me, so she doesn't know it's you, my part-time lover. We are undercover, passing on the run, chasing love up against the sun. We are strangers by day, lovers by night, knowing it's so wrong, but feeling so right. Ba 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 da ba da, ba 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 da ba da. A part-time lover. Ba 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 da ba da, ba 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 da ba da. A part-time lover. We are undercover, passing on the run, chasing love up against the sun. We are strangers by day, lovers by night, knowing it's so wrong, feeling so right. I have something that I must tell. Last night someone rang our doorbell, but it was not you, my part-time lover. And then a man called our exchange, but didn't want to leave his name. I guess two can play the game of part-time lovers, you and me. A part-time lovers, she and me, a part-time lovers. Ba 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 da ba da, ba 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 da ba da. A part-time lover. Ba 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 da ba da, ba 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 da ba da. A part-time lover. They've only bloody done it.
Woo! Only one.
They've only gone and done
only
it.
one glaring error on that.
Oh, darling. You're too hard on yourself.
Yeah, well.
You're too hard on yourself. Yeah. I feel like I'm...
Glorious say.
When I make a mistake, it's so frequent that I make a mistake. And because often we're playing... outside of this bonkers year, we're normally playing, like, my songs. And so I'll, like, go one way, and Ben will go another way. And and I think people sort of assume that I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, oh, who's the rookie over here? And you're
This
always
guy.
right. You're always right. Yeah.
There was a certain phase of the original A to Z where the weather started warming up, and I was kind of out in the garden most days, having like a bottle of white wine to myself most of the time. We're around the part-time lover sort of towards the end of the alphabet, and there's a few where I'm like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I don't really remember recording that much at all. And we came to do the original stream for the A to Z, and I was like, did I play this before?
Yeah.
Watching a video of myself going, yeah,
I think
that
we all
is
remember.
me.
I think we all remember Mel C and Brian Adams.
Yeah.
That was 23rd take lucky, I think, on the day.
That was the real.
There was a moment that day that I was
peak
like,
of that phase.
he might not make it. I might have to do it without him this one. It might not happen.
Oh dear.
It was, but honestly, hey, we've carried each other. Footprints in the sand, Benjamin. It was then that I carried you. Oh my lord. Well, hey, we have. So it's yeah. That's communication, isn't it? You say "is it" and I say "it is."
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about though.
You need your banjo, I reckon, yeah. So yeah, there was. I was amazed how many people requested this. Honestly, it was so many that we couldn't possibly not do it. And I was a bit, like I said, initially I was a bit like, oh, we're kind of hoping for Christmas party vibe. And then when we did this earlier on, I was like, you know what? I think they are right. This is lovely. This is lush. So yeah, when we rolled around after many beer-soaked weeks of a lockdown back in April. When we rolled around to R, there was only one choice really for me. And I just think this is, it's got to be out there with the most romantic songs ever written. I think this is absolutely magnificent. And Benjamin gets to crack out the banjo for it, so...
A delight for everyone.
Yeah, Benjamin. Benjamin Banjo. Anyway, listen.
Run it. So,
Look, it can't all be gold. It's live. It's live.
should we circle back to the dog erection material? Dig ourselves out of this hole.
Dig ourselves out of this hole with a dog erection? I don't think so. Chance would be a fine thing. That was the world's most...
What we like to do is like to pick the most like the slow and quiet and romantic song of the
Give it the most
set.
inappropriate introduction in the world.
Drop in a little.
Nobody's ever introduced this song quite so disgustingly. This is, of course, Romeo and Juliet.
Give me a second here.
Oh,
I'm falling apart.
he's fiddling about with his stuff.
That was unnecessary.
Perfectly factual. Get your mind out the gutter. Should we do it?
Okay.
Love struck a Romeo, sings the streets a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. He finds a streetlight, steps out of the shade and says something like, "You and me, babe, how about it?" Juliet says, "Hey Romeo, you nearly gave me a heart attack." He's underneath the window, she's singing, "Hey la, my boyfriend's back." You shouldn't come around here singing up with people like that. Anyway, what you gonna do about it? Juliet, the dice was loaded from the start, and I bet, and you exploded into my heart, and I forget the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong? Juliet. We come upon different streets, but the streets are shame. Both dirty, both mean, and the dream was just the same. And I dreamed your dream for you, and now your dream is real. How can you look at me as if I was just another one of your deals? When you can fall for chains of silver, you can fall for chains of gold, you can fall for pretty strangers and the promises they hold. You promised me everything, you promised me thick and thin, yeah. Now you just say, "Oh Romeo, you know I used to have a scene with him." But Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry, say I love you like the stars above, I love you till I die, and there's a place for us. You know the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong? Juliet. And I can't do the talk like the talk on the TV. I can't do a love song, no, not the way it's meant to be. I can't do everything, but I'll do anything for you. I can't do anything except be in love with you. And all I do is miss you and the way we used to be. All I do is keep the beat and bad company. All I do is kiss you through the bars of a rhyme. Julie, I'll do the stars with you anytime. Juliet, when we made love, you used to cry, say I love you like the stars above, I'll love you till I die, and there's a place for us. You know the movie song. When you gonna realize it was just that the time was wrong? Juliet. And a love-struck Romeo sings the streets a serenade, laying everybody low with a love song that he made. finds a convenient street light, and steps out of the shade and says something like, "You and me, babe, how about it? How about it?" Remind you that. All right, maybe sometimes you guys are right. It's a pretty good song, isn't it?
Oh, that really
crikey.
it gets me every time. I think that's the best we played it.
That time.
That was beautiful.
Oh,
If I say so, you know.
I don't mean. There's no one else here. There's no one here to correct you, is there? I'm not gonna check the comments when I invite such daggers. No, I know. I agree with you. But I must say, I do think that your banjo, a much maligned instrument, unfairly, I would say.
Well, some people like to do this funny joke where
tell me
a
joke.
They see a banjo being played and they're like, "Oh, banjos are rubbish."
Oh fuck! Really?
They do a little
Whoa,
bit. It's not much funnier than that.
That is mind blowing.
They're like, "Oh."
In your bed, Frank.
What? I don't know. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt there. With
They make it.
Skills.
They make it much funnier.
Yeah,
but the gist
they?
of it is, banjos.
Hard to do.
Banjos are shit.
Hard to do because that is already my sides are literally splitting. You know,
But
I'll need urgent medical attention to redress that wound. But honestly, I do think the much unfairly maligned instrument, but your playing on it is absolutely magnificent.
Well, as a master banjo player.
Master Benjamin. Listen, I'm going to make it take off. I made Self Ice take off.
Yeah, that really caught on. That was like on the BBC. They just started calling it Self Ice and all the headlines, didn't they? And then
yeah, they did. Yeah.
They had to credit you every time.
Do you know what fucks me off? Honestly, is I came up with Self Ice as a shortening for those who aren't following this comedy. It's a shortening. It's a shortening of self-isolation. No, I know it's pretty deep stuff, but stick with it. And Dolly Alderton came up with Panny D, and every fucker's saying that, and I've not seen anyone saying self-ice. So, as henceforth, Dolly Alderton is. Yeah, I'm afraid my nemesis.
By necessity.
I love her to pieces, honestly, and her novel's absolutely brilliant. That was out this year. You should check it out.
By necessity of living with you, I had to support the self-ice movement. And so everything, I go back over all my social media from those days, and it's all self-ice this and self-ice that. And I'm just like, wow, I really lent into that.
Look at this dog shit.
And I'm like, people will look back at it and they'll be like, what's he talking to self-ice?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is this some kind of health fad?
Viewers at home, would you mind pulling me out from underneath this bus? Oh my God. If that had taken off, you'd have been all there with. I was one of the first self-ices. Honestly, you're witnessing. What you're witnessing right here is Fleetwood Mac live. We're coming apart before your eyes. We're not going to be playing any Fleetwood Mac songs. But we are going to be playing. Oh God.
What are we doing now? Is it the?
It's now.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Listen. Oh, we're going to really do our best with this. But it's not. But no promises, because this is a world premiere. Yeah. Because we were looking for Christmas. I promised you some Christmas cheer. I'm not sure this qualifies. I promised you some Christmas songs anyway. And this one, it turns out, I put it on this afternoon in a fit of pique while we were looking for Christmas songs, and it turns out it's one of Mossman's favourite all-time jams. You knew all the words off by heart.
Oh, I don't know. I try not to analyse things that I liked when I was young, because I think if you drill, you're just going to discover things that you hate about them. So, but I just remember listening to this.
We've all been there, mate. I'm well aware of the misogyny of Thomas the Tank Engine now.
But you know, this is something that I listened to a lot as a kid and was like, this is an absolute banger, and I will not be told otherwise. Got annoying little.
Well, listen, I'm going to do my best for you out there and for you, Ben Moss, because I know how much you love this tune. But it's a wing and a prayer. You take it away.
Yeah, let's hope so.
A spaceman came travelling on his ship from afar. 'Twas light years of time since his mission did start. And over a village he halted his craft, and it hung in the sky like a star, just like a star. He followed the light and came down to a shed with her mother and child lying there on a bed. A bright light of silver shone round his head, and he had the face of an angel, and they were afraid. Then the stranger spoke, and he said, "Do not fear, I come from a planet a long way from here, and I have a message for mankind to hear." And suddenly the sweetest music filled the air, and it went la 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 and goodwill to all men, and love for the child, and it went la 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 This lovely music went trembling through the ground, and many were awakened from hearing the sound. And travellers on the road, the village they found by the light of the ship in the sky. It shone all around. Then just before dawn, at the paling of the sky, the stranger returned and said, "Now I must fly. When 2,000 years of your time has gone by, this song will begin once again." To a baby's cry, and it went la 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 la. Peace and goodwill to all men, and love for the child. Once again, to a baby's cry, and it went la 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 la, and the song once again. That wasn't bad.
It's the best we played it today.
It's very true, yeah.
And we've only ever played it today.
That's true, yeah. We should try again tomorrow. Be better than Christa Berg. Oh, a Mossman Comes Travelling. Oh. That's what it's called.
That's the name of that one.
Oh,
For those of you who don't...
I'm annoyed I've only just thought about that now. Should we do it again? A Mossman Came Travelling.
Everybody now, you know the words from the top.
Oh, that's a beautiful song, though.
I think there's something really beautiful about it.
Yeah.
Does everyone know... Is it like everyone... Does everyone know that song?
Yeah, I don't think you're the first person who's heard of Christa Berg, buddy.
No, but like...
You liked him before he was cool, is that what
No, I just mean... People don't often include that in lists of like Christmas songs that they like. Whereas I think that is an absolute Christmas banger.
Absolute banger. I think it's a favourite of my dad's. I don't know if he's watching. No way of knowing if he got the iPad working, to be honest. But so I remember my dad playing it when I was young. That and Stop the Cavalry.
Oh yeah.
You know. Well, anyway, what are you all saying in the stream about that?
Oh, there's a lot of love going on there from what I can see.
The only thing I can see, because I can't read them all and engage with you at the same time. So, but I can only just check certain comments at the time. The only one I really had time to absorb then is I used to have a budgie called Christa Berg. Listener,
Sometimes that's all the comment you need.
We are so grateful that you're here with us tonight. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah. This should be easy. I hope this will be easy. It's probably a song I played more than any other song I've ever played in my life. But it is honestly really lovely that whenever I ask for requests, people do still chuck this in, which is nice of you to say. So we're going to do Black Tie. As always, I think there's a healthy assumption when there's any audience live or online that there's going to be quite a lot of members of the queer community checking in with us tonight. So this one is for you. As always, you know, our love and our solidarity. I know that it's been a very difficult year for trans and non-binary people. It hasn't. The worst people in the world haven't had a year off from hassling trans and non-binary people, even when there was really...
Guys, there's a pandemic on,
There's really quite a lot else to focus on. Yeah, as always, we're with you. Our solidarity goes with you, and I firmly believe, you know, I know that these days I think I sound very cynical about everything, but I firmly believe that we'll win in the end. I do believe that, you know. I think there's more of us than there are of them. I just think they've got better PR teams. This song is called Black Tie. It goes this. It's a jungle out there. The year 2018, I didn't think we'd still be sorting babies into blue and pink. And all our progress, I wonder what it means that the only girls' clothes that work for me turn out to be boyfriend jeans. Well, that's fine, 'cause I decline a narrow set of rules that just don't work. These red lines, they're not mine. And if you need me, you can find me ironing my shirt, 'cause I'm in black tie tonight. Get a postcard to my year 11 self in her year 11 hell, saying everything's gonna be alright. No, you won't grow out of it. You will find the clothes that fit. And the images that fucked you were a patriarchal structure. And you never will surrender to a narrow view of gender. And I swear there'll come a day when you won't worry what they say on the labels and on the doors. You will figure out what's yours. And it's a bloody nightmare trying to fight the spread of bigotry and fear that's uniting Piers Morgan and Jermaine Greer and all our progress. Yeah, I wonder who it's for. When I dared to that trans lives matter, yeah, and all I got was a turf war. Well, that's fine, I decline. Your narrow set of rules, they just don't work. And these red lines, they're not mine. If you need me, you can find me iron in my shirt, 'cause I'm in black tie tonight. Get a postcard to my year 11 self in her year 11 hell, saying everything's gonna be alright. No, you won't grow out of it. You will find the clothes that fit. And the images that fucked you were a patriarchal structure. And you never will surrender to a narrow view of gender. And I swear there'll come a day when you won't worry what they say on the labels and on the doors. You will figure out what's yours. You will figure out what's yours. And that it's got nothing to do with fitting neatly in a box that was constructed to make it seem like people come in just two teams, and anything that's in between ain't good enough. And you will love, and you'll be loved, and you're in black tie tonight. Get a postcard to my year 11 self in her year 11 hell. Darling, everything's gonna be alright. No, you won't grow out of it. You will find the clothes that fit. And the images that fucked you were a patriarchal structure. And you never will surrender to that narrow view of gender. And there's folks you've yet to meet, but you're exactly up their street. And they've been waiting just as long to hear someone sing this song. Better days are on their way when it won't matter what they say on the labels and on the doors. You will figure out what's yours. And girl, you're gonna be so happy. And girl, you're gonna be just fine. And girl, you're gonna be so happy. Down the line, down the line. Oh, that brings back memories too as well, eh?
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we've just got a couple more for you.
Yeah.
And
We've already done all the usual encores.
yeah, we have. That's very presumptuous, Benjamin. Not sure that I'm not sure any encores are going to be requested. No, we've got two more for you, and then we'll let you go in peace. You go and sit back on the sofa. Frank.
Good boy.
Occasionally, he just tries to join in. And I know what you're thinking. Why don't I let him? Because he's a better guitar player than me. Show me up.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
This is interesting, Ben.
It's interesting, isn't it?
In terms of... Oh, I suppose this will be quite interesting. Have we ever done this before?
No, don't think.
No?
No.
Wow.
No.
Okay. I don't know if there's anybody in your homes tonight, who's here from the Guilty Feminist podcast. Have we got any Guilty Feminists watching tonight? You might be familiar with this song, because I sang it a few times on the podcast. And I wrote this song at the very beginning of lockdown. And I didn't, and I sort of just dashed it off. It was like a real knee-jerk reaction to how I was feeling about everything. And then I played it on the podcast, and I've had so many messages from people who heard it on the podcast saying, you know, where can they hear it again? And we are, there'll definitely be an album out for you next year, and this will be on it. And I kind of made the decision to sort of try and hold it back until we were ready to release it. But it really felt like the right thing to do to sing it tonight, because it's very much what I want to say to all of you guys out there. You know, I know I promised earlier on that was going to be the only moment of sincerity, but I genuinely wouldn't have made it through this year without the support of every single one of you watching, and so many more people. I wouldn't have made it throughout this year without the support of both of the people in the room, actually, to the incredible Ben Moss, to John Helps, who's behind the camera, and my incredible agent Terry O'Brien, who has worked tirelessly through, I think, probably the worst, she would probably agree, the worst year of her career. It's been a devastating year for live music and live events at all. But I think also, like, in a more important way than that, like, we've all just been, I think a lot of us have been quite lonely this year. And I think the chance to commune with each other is something that I will never again take for granted. When we're allowed to do this again out in the open, I honestly can't wait. I'm so grateful for you here tonight, but I can't wait till we're under one roof again. And this is what that song is about. It's about the fact that when it comes down to it, all we got is each other, and it's called Storm to Weather. It goes like this. 2, 3. Button down the hatches, love, the night is rolling in. The clouds are getting darker and you're scared of what they bring. And you are searching the horizon for some sign, some little spark of morning that will chase away the dark. Heavy was the winter, love, and what's become of spring? This demon came and got its claws in every little thing. Now there are miles and glass and distance that are keeping me apart from the beating of your strong and steady heart. And if it sinks, my darling, then just fill your lungs and think of when you'll be in my arms again. There's a storm here to weather, the thunder's coming near, louder than ever, and we don't know where to steer. And though we can't be together, no matter what, my dear, I will love you forever. We will dance again next year. I will love you forever, and we will dance again next year. This world is unfamiliar now, it's turned us all around. A sailboat in a hurricane and nothing's bolted down. And whichever way you turn, there is no sanctuary in sight, no path to some safe harbour in the night. But I am sailing right beside you, I am just out of arm's length, willing you remember you are raw of iron strength. And I am hanging my tomorrows on the bones of yesterday, all I can do to make it through today. And when my heart sinks, my darling, then I close my eyes and I think of when you'll be in my arms again. There's a storm here to weather, the thunder's coming near, louder than ever, and we don't know where to steer. And though we can't be together, no matter what, my dear, I will love you forever. dance again next year. I will love you forever, and we will dance again next year. So best foot first, and hold on fast, and do your worst, this too will pass. And when it does, I'll be there to fill your glass. There's a storm here to weather. 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 The thunder's coming near, louder than ever, and we don't know where to steer. And though we can't be together, no matter what, my dear, I will love you forever. We will dance again next year. I will love you forever. We will dance again next year. I will love you forever. We will dance again next year. I will love you forever, and we will dance again next year. And we will.
We will. And we will.
Well, listen, hey. We're almost, this is the last song that we're gonna do tonight, and yeah, I don't want to go on and on. I'm no, those of you guys who have seen me live in the flesh know that how much I love the sound of my own voice, and I can go on and on and on, and I don't mean to, but honestly, I hope I have made it clear how much I appreciate your support this year and every year, and how much, like I said, at the end of the day, I think it's all about all of it, politics, music, gigs, certainly my career, my life. I think it's all about trying to connect with people. That's what we're all trying to do at the end of the day. I want to say a gigantic thank you to John Helps, who is here tonight he's manning the cameras, he's making all of this happen. Technically, he's been invaluable to me every year that I've known him, but none more so than this year. He's made all of the streams happen. I'm indebted to him, absolutely, and if you've seen us at all this year, then it's because of him. If you've seen us many years, he's probably driven me to the gig and made it happen and got it on the road, so enormous thank you to him. Thank you to all of you guys out there. A massive thank you to Alex, who's been running the merch stall online all year. If you've been to a gig, you've probably bought merch from him. So give him, I think he's actually in the stream tonight, so give him a shout out. Thank you very much to him. How you doing there, Mossman?
Yeah, I think I'm there.
Think you're about there?
Yeah.
And I got to say the biggest thank you of all to this chap beside me. I honestly, it's been I don't know what 2020 would have been without you.
It's been a funny old year.
It's been a year of incredible highs. When I think that we started off the year in Australia doing those incredible shows,
yeah.
and then obviously through some pretty dark times, but honestly, you have kept me laughing from one side of the world to the other under very, very difficult circumstances. And it's always genuinely, I know we very much live in a banter cul-de-sac, you and I, but it's an honour to be a friend and a colleague of yours, Ben, honestly.
Thank you. That's it's only right that you should say that, yeah. No, it's an absolute honour to play with you, and long may we continue to play, and hopefully we'll see some of you in the room with us next year, and I can't wait, absolutely can't wait.
Me neither. I know that it's a strange Christmas for a lot of folks, and I think we're all very torn over what's the right thing to do. We haven't been given really any guidance from the government about what's the right thing to do. All I can say is that I wish you all a safe and healthy and happy Christmas, whatever that means for you. I know that a lot of folks are going to be quite lonely this year, but please just hang on to the knowledge that better days lie ahead, and at the end of the day, we're all in it together. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again very soon. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year, all our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. Next year, all our troubles will be miles away. And once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore, faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together, if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Once again, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore, faithful friends who are dear to us will be near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Now, a merry little Christmas now. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas. Good night.
Merry Christmas.